Hey, this is Wu Gambino. I'm joined again with Vulpes, and we're going to bring you your Week 11 recap.
Yeah, hello everyone. Third week in a row for me. Excited to look at the past week's actions, what's looking ahead, all for 4C.
Okay, kicking off the first game of the week is Rebbl versus Medicinal Carrots. So we got Underworld versus Skaven, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah,
Skaven.
Skaven with Readbull. Yep, 2-0 victory for the Underworld.
Oh man, the possession change is 81 to 12 in favor of the Underworld.
Yep, well, if you quickly look at this Skaven team, you can see a bunch of injuries, 8 casualties inflicted.
20 armor
Um,
breaks.
Yeah, 20 armor breaks on 31 blocks. Probably a lot of fouls in there as well. Um, it started to steamroll out of control here for this Skaven here pretty quick. It looks like.
Yeah, no serious ones. Besides all mainly linemen, and nothing too bad happened to the Skaven, the
No,
good
a bit
players.
lucky. What is this? One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 injuries that rolled either a 1, 2, or 3 on the casualty roll. They may have had an Apo use may have been in there as well. So I guess if there's a bright side, it's that his casualty rolls seem to be good. But that's usually not what you want to see in a matchup. He was down about 300 TV coming in. It's kind of been the story for Reed Bull and his Skaven here the last 3 weeks, just facing massive TV disadvantage here. That's always tough to try to win when you're constantly down as much TV as he has been. So it looks like he's facing a team that has a lot of firepower, and you can see the three those bad Mama Jammas on his team, the Troll and 2 Blitzers. They did exactly what they were created to do. 2 casualties from the Troll, 3 casualties from the Blitzer and a level up, 3 casualties from the Blitzer and a level up. Lineman punched in a touchdown, got a level up. Goblin got an MVP and a level up. Fantastic game from the Underworld, and just those casualties are just too much for any team to overcome.
Oh man, this team's going to be disgusting. Like next year, if all these like say if all these pieces live
I mean, they're
through the
pretty
next couple
disgusting
games.
as is. I mean, 1560 TV, and they have a lot of tools at their disposal. The Goblins are pretty cheap. There's not a lot of TV on the Goblins, and each one of these positionals are pretty damn good. So yeah, that's it's a pretty nice looking team.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
It makes you want to play Underworld, and then you play Underworld and you realize everyone dies all the time, and you're like, all right,
I've
well.
I've tried that once. I won't make that mistake again. All right, next we got Wade Hold My Beer versus Queen Elizabeth. It's 2-0 in favor of the Dark Elves.
Yeah, it is 2-0 favor of the Dark Elves. I think a bit of a disappointing showing for the Wait Hold My Beer Grandview King. I know coming in, he had a lot of momentum coming into this match. He did a lot of. He's had a really good season so far. His past seasons they weren't doing so well, so this is his most successful season so far. Coming up against a good Dark Elf team and a really good coach. I said last week I thought this could be a good measuring stick for him. Unfortunately, it's a 2-0 loss, and it just looks like things didn't necessarily go his way. I mean, the blocks were similar, but only generated 7 AV breaks. I actually got more AV brokes against him. Looks like a lot of his hobgoblins just took all the brunt of the damage there. And it just his blockers just seems like they weren't able to get the AV breaks. No KOs, just one casualty throughout the match. That's not a recipe to beat Dark Elves.
Yeah, that's got to be pretty frustrating for him in general. It looks like yeah, the Padawan, Mighty Bull Padawan got that casualty, but yeah, all the hobgoblins injured did not help anything, especially involving marking. And I'm guessing the movement was very difficult to play off if you had no hobgoblins to try to chase them down because you know the blockers aren't going to.
Yeah,
But
a lot of the really successful Chorf coaches, like you'll see, like Bleeding Hippie and G-Man, who's won the league before. He'll protect his hobgoblins a lot. It's easier said than done, but he'll allow his blockers the ones that take the punches, unless he's facing a heavy kind of claw mighty blow team. He'll make sure that his hobgoblins are out of the way and protected. They are AV7. You can see he does have a block goblin and a wrestle goblin, but the other three are completely defenseless, no skills. They're easy to knock down. AV7. The Dark Elves do have a mighty blow with the Witch Elf, Frenzy as well. High likelihood to get those hobgoblins on the ground and fairly high likelihood to break their armor. And then with the Mighty Blow intact, it's not surprising that he was able to get some removals, 2 casualties for that Witch Elf.
yeah, overall, it looked like a decent showing for the Dark Elves, and looks like the Charps had a little bit difficulty catching all that movement up.
Yeah, it's tough. Earlier this season, I played a Dark Elf team, coached by Angry, as I believe is his coach name, and he had 2 guard Dark Elves. And those 2 guard Dark Elves did absolute work against me. They were able to kind of move where they wanted, and he was able to generate a lot of blocks against me. I wonder if it was a similar recipe here for Queen Elizabeth, over Wade Hold My Beer, where a lot of times as chorfs you can get a little bit overconfident. You're like, I'll base these elves. I'll go ahead and get kind of up in their face and try to initiate some blocks. And really, all that happens is you just get punched right back in the face. So those don't underestimate the 2 guard pieces on the Stark Elf team.
All right, let's see what next. What game we have next? Okay, we had Earth versus Incesticide. So Lizardmen versus Chaos, 2-1 for
Yeah,
Lizards.
and it was an excellent win for the Lizards here. Coming into this week, they're facing a tough or a team that's pretty much designed to destroy them with all the Claw and Mighty Blow, high strength players from the Chaos Warriors. This was going to be one of the toughest matchups they had on the schedule all year. Comes out with a victory 2-1, very impressive.
Looking at the blocks, pretty similar blocks, but of course Chaos 15 armor breaks against like towards the Lizards. A kill, a few casualties. Saw that a source went down, and I believe the other one is a miss next game too.
Yeah,
So
well, I mean, 15 AV breaks, and of those 15 AV breaks, 7 casualties. That's kind of an insane ratio there. I mean, they are skinks. 3 of those are skinks, so maybe some mighty blow, maybe some stunty factoring into that. But 3 Saurus went down, 1 MNG, 1 rookie, 1 died, which is a bummer. Always expensive to replace those, but I don't know. I'm curious if you went up to Urs and said, "I'll trade you a rookie Saurus for a win," he probably would take it.
yeah, yep. And let's see on Chaos, they only lost Beastman, rookie Beastman,
Yep.
but
Endless Nameless is probably the Claw Mighty Blow, the Claw Palm Beastman. 3 casualties, got the MVP, already 104 SPP throughout just 2 seasons with this team. This guy is probably one of the top killers in the division, if not the top killer in the division. This guy's just been an animal all season long, continued to hurt a lot of people, and I'm sure he probably got some of the skinks as well.
and looks like the Mutigore also got a casualty. That one's also 101. These guys seem a lot. These teams have a lot of stars on their sides.
Yeah, they do. It's 2 really good teams going at it, and Urs just really is a fantastic win for him to stay in that Challenger Cup spot as well. We'll check out the standings later.
All right. Okay. We have Gunner 2-3 versus Kiwi Bird 4-4. And it looks like Gunner 2-3 came away from win again.
That's right, man. Back-to-back wins for Gunner. I gotta say, I called them both.
You
So
did.
I'm stoked about that. I always thought he was better than what his record said, and rattled off 2 straight victories here. So good win for him.
Yeah, it looks like you might be his good luck charm after
Yeah, it
all.
might be. I'm gonna let him know you said that in the Discord. But no, this is good. I mean, 3 level ups is fantastic on the Mighty Blow tackle catcher, the wrestle leap catcher. Both got a completion and a touchdown. 2 casualties from that Mighty Blow catcher. That's exactly what you need when you're punching a bunch of beastmen. Got 2 completions and a casualty, random casualty, and a MVP on a lineman. 9 SPP. That'll work. He is also leveled
that's
up.
huge.
Yeah, really close to the second level up as well. So that's always awesome to see. Let's take a quick look at what those level ups were. Adrock, Beastie Boy. Adrock got Dodge. Beastie Boy went with Strip Ball, and the Lino took Kick. So three skills that'll make his team better. So nothing too exciting, but yeah, that's excellent for him.
That means he got 2 kick on his team then.
Oh wait, maybe I just read the wrong one. Let's
Yeah,
see. Harka
Artitor.
Dorton. That must have been
Yeah.
a loner one. I think I read the wrong one. Let me see what he got. Harka Dorton. He hasn't chosen it yet, so I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then we're looking at the GOAT of all time. That Agi Balaj Warrior.
Yeah, punched in a
Gross.
touchdown. Got 51 SPP. That guy's a beast. Let's see what he got real quick. Claw.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
that's not what I expected. That's interesting. All right. I definitely disagree with taking Claw before Mighty Blow. Mighty Blow is a much better skill. Claw's interesting. I mean, he looks cooler while he's punching in touchdowns.
That's probably it's a fashion choice.
Hey, I ain't mad at him.
Whoever looks best, gets all the glory. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, I ain't mad at him. And then Bolt, the block guard beastman there, the one that's MNG'd, he is also the one that is double move busted. Yeah, he's double
Oh
move
yeah.
busted. He has movement 4. He's MNG'd. This guy has had a rough playing career. He's taken
Some people
93
aren't cut out
tackles.
for this
Yeah.
game.
Busted both of his knees. He's gotten cast 6 times. He does have a touchdown to his name, but yeah, Bolt is ironically named because he's pretty slow.
Yeah, yeah. Punching that one touchdown,
Yeah,
living
that's
up for
his
the
glory
last
days.
game.
That's gonna be
And
the
then
yeah.
next play, his D gets taken out.
That's gonna be the story he tells all his grandchildren. Him scoring that one touchdown. It's the Rudy story. But he is he's getting his ass kicked quite a bit. He's probably a guy I would fire personally. But Kiwi Bird, it was gonna be a tough game for him coming in. He doesn't have a lot of skills to deal with elves. He does have the one tackle on the warrior. It was gonna be tough for him to come out with the victory on this one.
Overall, looks like a decent game was played. So yeah, looks pretty even. Besides the arm breaks, he probably was hoping for a little bit more armor
Yeah,
breaks,
yeah, probably so, especially against pro elves.
but all right. Generic Gamer versus Tater Sparrow. 1-0
Yeah,
for the Orcs.
we went over this one last week as well, but we'll go ahead and do
Oh
it
yeah, we
again.
did. That's right.
We'll go ahead and do this one again here. A little bit of context. Generic Gamer said that. So one of the things that we called out last week was that um, the orcs had a lot of KOs. And I thought he said something along the lines that the KOs didn't really come back for him for Generic Gamer, and so that's why I think we said that there wasn't a lot of information we could take from the report that we said, but he said a lot of those KOs did not come back for him, and so that played a major factor in him losing this matchup. But it was a really good win for the Orcs, and I think it's a bounce back from a loss the previous week.
Yeah, I completely forgot we went over this one or this one was played, but yeah. Overall, good match. Thank you for informing us of the game situation.
Yeah. I think
But
we always like seeing that feedback. So while we're going over these reports, we haven't seen these matches a lot of the times. Feel free to chime in and tell us how we are interpreting this completely wrong. I always enjoy the feedback within Discord as well. So
all right, let's see. Randall Clark, High Owls versus Buzzard 295 versus Nurgle. All right, 2-0 for the for the high elves that seem to be doing pretty well for themselves.
Yeah, I mean this high elf team is pretty good. They're starting to get really good. The 2-0 victory is really is impressive. They've been playing really well the last few weeks. The once I think we've talked about the Nurgle. Every time we've talked about them, their skills aren't exactly represented by how high their TV is. So it was definitely they were at I think a major disadvantage here playing this matchup. Could be really tough to beat these elves here. They do have the one tackle piece, but he got hurt at some point in the match. Yeah, that wasn't going to be good for him. So it was a fantastic win for the I elves. I think they needed this win to kind of push some development. 2 touchdowns, 1 completion, 2 random casualties, MVP on a rookie lino. Fairly good SPP and development all around for the elves.
Yeah, wasn't too big of a deal that the thrower died. Besides how pricey they are, but
Right.
one level up.
Yeah. I thought he had a second thrower at some point. No, I guess not. Yeah, so he'll probably buy a new thrower. That's a bit of a bummer to see. Definitely don't want to see some dead elves, but in his mighty blow tackle is also MNG'd, which could be a big factor depending on who he's facing next week. Um, so bit 2 permanents is a bit rough, but yeah, it's interesting. Would he take a dead thrower for a win? Probably would. I guess it's depending on who you ask, I suppose.
Yeah, a good thing he wasn't further leveled. So
Yeah, that's true. They're fairly easy to level up to. A lot of catch on his team. He can get those passes in. 1 casualty from a Nurgle warrior, which is good to see. Completion from the Strength 4 Pestigore, which is he's just 2 touchdowns away from leveling up. MVP on a kick Raaraar, which is okay. I mean, you probably wouldn't mind having block or wrestle on the kick Raaraar, so that's all right. Not the worst MVP in the world. Not a lot of SPP around for him. No touchdowns scored, so probably a bit of a disappointing match, I'd say, for Buzzard. I think what would have helped him, and I did speak to this previously, I would like to see more Mighty Blow from his Warriors. He has lost Stand Firm, some Guard, which can be good, but he just has the one Mighty Blow as well. He does have a bunch of like rookie Pestigores, which is tough to, or he has 2 brand new Pestigores, which is tough to deal with. But it'll make your life easier against elves in the long run if you can start getting some mighty blow on those warriors.
and probably a little bit more tackle. The one tackle piece,
Yeah,
wrestle
yeah,
tackle.
that'll help too.
All right, our next game is Raaraar versus Raaraar. So the Dark Elves came through with this one, 2-1. So we are hoping for an upset, but
Right, it didn't
kind of,
happen. You know, we said
yeah,
coming in that the Berserkers had to do work for them to win. The Berserkers did work, but they weren't able to come out the victory on top. So just another impressive showing by the Dark Elves. But the team that they have is absolutely incredible. But they took a beating. They took one hell of a beating. And it was a really tough matchup for the Elves. But the fact that Raaraar was able to keep his winning streak, not even just undefeated, was able to rattle off an impressive 11th victory in a row to start the season off with, especially when he faced as much damage as he did. 6 casualties. That's quite impressive.
now overall, looking at the stat line, looks pretty even game throughout the entire time. Um, the Werner, 1 casualty, the Berserker 2, and the other one 3, and with an also a level up. So
Yeah,
see what he gets on
it,
that
it
one.
was
And
it was a bloody match.
yeah, it looks like they fought hard,
Yeah.
you know. So that's all you could ask for. And the Dark Elves only lost block lineman and
Yeah, agility bust on a rookie lino, or 2 agility busts on 2 rookie linos. That's rough. They're pretty expensive to replace. So his team took a little bit of a step back. The positionals, the gorgeous positionals, all stayed just fine and intact. But it's
that witch house leveled.
yeah, a rich leveled. But he's gonna need that depth come playoff time. Um, Let's see which elf got. Tackle. So another tackle piece. Now it's 4 tackle. That's pretty good. Yeah, the Mighty Blow tackle. I think that's a good call on that. Um, yeah, this is a gorgeous team. But he's now at just 10 players, I believe. So he's gonna have a loner, 100,000 cash. He might have to. He'll probably play next game with the loner, so that'll be a bit interesting. And then hopefully by playoff time he can get some sort of bench.
Yeah, but overall, impressive win and
Yeah, for sure.
an impressive streak.
Hey, if you
Still
win, yeah,
undefeated.
if you win 11 in a row, you probably had to face some sort of adversity along the way. So just another impressive outing.
All right. Should we look at standings or the next week?
Let's take a look at standings before we dive into the next week. So yeah, I
Of
mean here we
course.
are. We were just talking about the Night Elf Brohawk team, 11 wins in a row, 33 points, just absolutely incredible. Officially sealed his playoff spot. You get a red name in Discord if you have a playoff spot. So I don't think I see Raaraar. Oh, man, I hate saying his name. I'm sure I'm butchering it. But it's I'm sure if he can get the admins to give him a red name so he can uh, brag a bit within the Discord. So that's fantastic. Urs stays on top with the win against the Chaos team. They're stay at 26 points, right ahead of Queen Elizabeth and those Dark Elves.
That close
Um,
battle between those two,
yeah, and so I
as we were
think
discussing earlier.
I think these two. I mean, technically, Medicinal Carrot is still in the running for a Challenger Cup spot. It will require him winning both of his matchups. Urs losing both of his matchups. Also, he's going to have to outpoint Queen Elizabeth um, by 4 over the next 2 matches. So that's going to be really difficult to do. But it's technically still in it. And then I believe everyone else 5 through 14 is officially out of the running for the Challenger Cup. So kind of come down to the top 4 teams here who are going to get those 2 playoff spots.
But overall, impressive season for Raaraar, Urs. And hopefully everything goes all right. But you know how this game is.
Right. I mean, so it's interesting. I mean, 9 through 14, those 6 spots right there are only separated by 3 points. So a lot of there still could be a lot of moving up and down the table these last 2 weeks. I know it's not the main priority or what a lot of people are shooting for, but it's kind of interesting aspect to note for 4C. I think the rest of those teams should definitely be focusing on developing their teams the last 2 weeks. Get those important SPP on your best players. Protect your best players as well. And if you happen to be playing, one of these top 4 coaches up there, definitely shoot to try and ruin their chances as well.
Yep. And I also mentioned, since we started doing this together, and you mentioned Gunner 2-3, he went from last place to ninth place.
Man, my
Just
my man. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome,
yeah.
Gunner. You're welcome.
Yeah. So overall, looks like an impressive season for the top teams. The other teams, yeah, it's rough. I know how that is. So, but hang in there, ruin someone else's playoff dreams,
Yeah, no doubt.
make them cry, lose their best pieces, something.
No doubt.
Okay. So week 12, we have Rebbl versus Gunner 2-3. Skaven versus Pro Elves.
Yeah, man, the Skaven are just having just a rough time trying to develop their team. They're gonna be coming in, what is it, 1200 TV. They have 4 gutters. One's a rookie gutter. But even the 3 gutters or the 3 leveled gutters, 2 are movement busted. One has a niggling injury. Um, his team's in really rough shape here, and that's a bit of a bummer to see. I guess technically he's going to be 1340 TV with the loners. Um, And then the Pro Elf team on the other end has actually been developing quite well over the last few weeks. So he's going to be 1700 next match TV. Um, that's going to be really tough for the Skaven to overcome that large of a TV advantage. So yeah, we'll see how it turns out. But I think I'm definitely leaning Pro Elves here.
All right. And it looks like the pro ops are also getting 2 loners too, so that's shooting up even more.
Yep.
All right, we got Generic Gamer versus Urs.
Yeah, big game here with Urs. So he's trying to keep on top of that challenger spot, facing off a pretty good undead team. He did buy another rookie Saurus, so he's coming in. He has one that's MNG'd, so he'll have 5 Saurus and the Crocs. Um, so there's gonna be a lot of skinks out there on the field against this undead team. Really letting his Hugh Morris, the white, can kind of run rampage. The mighty blow tackle white. There's a lot of players on this undead team. He has a deep bench. This could be a tough one for the Lizards.
Yeah, and hopefully those that white and the mummies do something, especially against sources. If we could take out a couple sources with the mummies
Yeah, definitely could
and
happen.
possibly follow with the skeleton or zombie, that would be huge to take them out.
Yeah, no doubt. So it's this one's tough. This one's gonna be an interesting one. I think Urs could have a difficult time winning this one.
All right, Randall Clark versus Wait Hold My Beer. So we got the High Elves versus Chorps. This should be a good game.
Yeah, I agree. This should be a good game. So you got the two teams kind of coming off two completely different matches. I mean, the High Elves game away with a 2-0 victory against the Nurgle. The Grandview King and his Chorf team are coming off a 2-0 loss against Dark Elves. Run up against a different type of elves this time. We'll see what happens here. I think once again, I would like to see Grandview King kind of show off how much he's improved as a coach. This will be tough. He has the tackle. There's a lot of dodge on this team, but he has the tackle to counter it. I think the Elves might be able to scum a wizard here. I really wouldn't hate the idea, honestly. He is missing his mighty blow piece, so we know that what we saw with the Dark Elves team that was they were able to use their mighty blow piece to really do a lot of damage against those hobgoblins. So no mighty blow for Grandview King. I want to see him protect his goblins a bit more. Let the elves try to punch his blockers if they may. Utilize his tackle and see if he can come out with a better result than he had the week before.
Yeah, it looks like Grandview King or Wait Hold My Beer is down 1 player. So I don't know if he has a bank to buy another Hobgoblin or anything, but
Yeah, I mean he
well,
has a
especially fire that one.
Right, yeah, you definitely fire the AV busted. He probably should get another Hobgoblin or two. I mean, he has 170k cash. He can definitely afford it if he wanted to. Probably a good idea to try to get a bench here in this one.
Overall, should be pretty interesting. I want to see that stupid Bull Centaur leap.
I'm not even sure if it leaped yet, so let me know, Grandview King. I had a busy this last weekend. I know he was trying to get someone to stream his game. Let me know, guys. Let me know when you're playing. I'd be happy to stream it if I'm available. I have a lot more availability, kind of here through the rest of the season, and we're traveling for me. So let me know. I'll try to stream your matches as well.
All right, next game we got Braider versus Medicinal Carrots. Norse versus Underworld.
Ooh, two teams that like to take the other team's scalp. Man, this one. Um, Both these guys are coming off some games in which they just really put a hurting on the other team. You got some both teams. I think you could define as kind of glass cannons. They deal a lot of damage, but they also receive a lot of damage. This is gonna be a fun one to watch.
That claw is pretty much worthless in this match for him, but with the mighty blow and the pile on, that would be nice. It looks like the Norse are missing few key pieces: the double edge, agi 5 piece,
Yep,
and
and a garter.
block.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's rough. That's rough. I mean, he still has his two berserkers. Those guys can absolutely go off. Um, he's still. I
gotta be
mean,
careful what he piles on though, because
yeah,
he
that's
will.
true. He has a lot of goblins that will stomp on his face. What's the? I mean, if you were a betting man, what do you think the over under would be on the amount of casualties that are going to be inflicted this match?
I say there's gonna be. I say there's gonna be like 9 casualties
Yeah, I was
throughout this
thinking like
match.
8 or 9. I feel like 8 or 9 is the number. So, um, yeah, I think let's set it at 8. All right, let's see. Let's
Yeah.
see if you want to throw me your bets in the Discord. Let me know. I'll be your bookie and take your fake currency. Um, over under 8. Let me know if you think these guys are going to go over that or not.
Okay, and we have Dark Elf off. So Raaraar versus Queen Elizabeth.
Ooh, this is a hell of a matchup here. Two teams that have a lot to play for. Um, Queen Elizabeth probably even more so than Rarar because Rarar has already kind of solidified his spot in the playoffs. But man, this is two of the top three best teams in the division, and this is gonna be one hell of a match here.
Both a bunch of stat ups on both teams, and it's going to be an uphill battle for Queen Elizabeth. But
Yep. There's so according to its page, he's Queen Elizabeth's gonna be 1660 TV. So they're definitely going to be getting able to get a wizard, which is huge in elf matches. Rarar is not going to be able to have a bench, but Queen Elizabeth is also missing a blitzer, a tackle blitzer, which is rough. But he still has three blitzers, or I mean three tackles, four tackles for the other Dark Elf team. They're both really suited to do pretty well in some elf mirrors here. This will be interesting. I think I'm going to lean towards Raar to continue to win here with the Mighty Blow, Strength 4, Mighty Blow Tackle Witch, and there's also the Palm Tackle Blitzer. I think those things are some tools that are really, really good against elves. But who knows? Maybe the two Mighty Blow Tackles for Queen Elizabeth returns the favor.
yeah, I'm hoping for an upset. I like upsets, so
It'll be good. It'll
I'm
be
hoping
good.
for an upset.
Yeah, and Queen Elizabeth, I think, needs to continue to win to try and stay within the Challenger Cup spot. I mean, if they don't win and Urs is able to win his matchup, then Urs is going to be able to get that Challenger Cup spot. So a lot to play here. So yeah, if you get a chance, let me know, guys, when you play. This one's exciting to watch.
Next game we got Buzzard versus Incesticide. So Nurgle versus Chaos.
Yeah, this is. I think it's going to be a tough matchup for the Nurgle here. This is a Chaos team that has a Claw Palmer, another Claw Mighty Blow, just a lot more tools than what the Nurgle has. Maybe the Nurgle can get a wizard or maybe some Appos. I think I probably would go with additional Appos if I was him to try to keep the team healthy, but he just doesn't really have the tools to do well in this matchup. It'll be a tough one for the Nurgle team, I'm afraid.
Yeah, the lack of Mighty Blow or any killing potential, I feel, is probably hurting them.
Yeah,
So
yeah, maybe a lot of fallow parents will go off and try to save them. That's
hopefully.
yeah, I think this is gonna be a tough one for them, but we'll see, we'll see. You never know. I would like to see Buzzard see if he can prove us both wrong and come up with the surprise win.
And last but not least, we got Tater Spiral versus Kiwi Bird. Orcs versus Chaos.
Yeah, this is pretty good matchup here. A pretty good orc team. Um, They are going to be riding in on a 1790 team value, facing up against a Chaos team who's riding in with a 1690 team value. I think normally if you're an Orc team, you would have been pretty scared to go up against a Chaos team because they probably had a couple killers, but not necessarily this Chaos team. Keyword Bird definitely has a more unique build. I guess he did grab the claw on the JLD4 warrior, which
That
could
explains that then.
yeah, maybe so. Maybe he looked ahead and saw he was facing some orcs. Um, he's really gonna be relying on that Minotaur to do tons of damage because that's really his only claw mighty blow. So but I mean, they have a palm. The orcs have a palm tackle blitzer. They have a block troll, a couple really good black orcs as well. I think the orcs are a much stronger team here, even though they do have to face a couple different claw pieces.
It'll be an interesting match for sure. So
Yeah,
might be a lot of blocks, trying to
yeah,
see which one would break first.
yeah, and I know Kiwi Bird has had a bit of a rough go of it lately. I know he's kind of lost a few matches in a row here. I would absolutely love to see him come up with a victory here as well. So this would be good for him to kind of get off the schneid a little bit and break that streak, and it'd be a good team to do it against.
All right, and I think that concludes the week preview.
It does.
Yeah,
I feel like we're getting a little bit more efficient at this. I think we're getting a little bit better getting to
yeah,
know.
that actually seemed like it went a lot smoother.
Yeah, agreed. I think we're getting a bit better, getting to know the teams and the coaches a bit better as well. So I'll go ahead and repeat myself. Let me know what time you guys play. If you want me to cast your matchup, I have a lot more availability. So yeah, let me know. I'll be happy to stream if I can.
Yep, and once again, kill that bull centaur.
Yes, I'm glad you brought
Who's
it up.
playing against
Another reminder.
Randall Clark?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Randall
I know you
Clark.
don't have a mighty bull police, but you can make things happen. Just
Yeah,
believe.
kill that bull centaur. Don't let him get to the market. Kill him.
Lightning bolt. I know you might get a
Yeah,
wizard, so
yeah. There you go. There you go. Now you're thinking.
yeah. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week.